You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Hey, welcome to another Bellcast. Hope you, I don't want to kill the ladies, but hope you noticed the new look. I met Margot Robbie, and someone told me she likes a guy in a goatee. So what do you think? I cut it into a goatee because we had some good chemistry. We were out there. I was out in La La Land as usual, as per usual, said Bell. And I was out there. I was going to do some ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is like the thing that opens you up, and it kind of gets you like connected to like all this, like the trees and the plants and blah, 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 and your past lives and stuff. And I've always thought that I was a king or a knight in the round table or something. So I said, I'm going to do some ayahuasca, but people didn't prepare me for it. So I was out there and, I'm just kind of checking out the scene, and I find this guy and he tells me, yeah, I got some ayahuasca. And he tells me to meet him outside this Motel 8. So I meet him outside the Motel 8. Now, I don't know much about this. I think you can just kind of take it and go about your day. So he takes it. He goes, you got a place to go? I go, yeah. So I take the ayahuasca. I drink it down. He goes, take a capful. I take 3 capfuls. I can't believe it. I go, you don't tell Bell. I give him the tinkle-ink. I'm like, trust me, you don't know who you're dealing with, buckaroo. I go, I got to get to the bottom of Doug Bell because there's a lot of a lot of Bell in there, a lot of Bell. So cool. So I wound up going to this party afterwards. I'm kind of boogieing a little bit. Miley Cyrus is there, and she's like a toker. She likes to toot and toke and booze up a little bit, So I walk up to her, right? Now I'm starting to feel like a little, okay. You know what I mean? I got the hat on. I feel like it's going, whoa. The hat's doing like that in my mind. I go like that. So I walk over to Miley. I go, hey, Doug Bell. I go, bae, I'm on ayahuasca. And she goes, what? And I didn't know that it made you sick. And I go, ayahuasca. And when I said that, I threw up. And it came out of both ends. I didn't know that you're supposed to clean out the pipes before. So, I'm at the party and I threw up on her foot. And I'm not proud to say this, but I made my pants a lot. Because I drank like 4 coffees and I ate some chilies before the ayahuasca. And it all came out right there in the party on somebody's rug. And the music stopped. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, Miley, what did you do? I'm trying to get like a laugh out of it, And I just started seeing everything I seen so deep in me. I seen that like, as I'm seeing them all scramble and they're like, they got a sponge and they're trying to hand me a sponge and they're like, get that out of the rug. And I'm like, I'm a king. And I realized I was a king in my last life. I was correct. I was nobility. I was a nobleman. Bell was a nobleman. I said that. I said, all of you people don't know who you're dealing with, because I had a lot of Muldoons back in the kingdom of Nye. I think I said, I didn't know what that meant, but everything was kind of floating by, and I'm like looking for Miley. I'm like, where is she, babe? Where are you? Because we had like a connection, because I figured out her life too. I was in there and the ayahuasca's telling me her father sang Achy Breaky Heart and she's trying to break free. So I go, babe, I got an achy breaky heart. And I'm screaming. And I'm not ashamed to say that the tears were flowing. The tears were flowing like water out of a water source coming down. Bell as a little boy was healing, because Bell needs a lot of healing, as I've told you before. Jada Pinkett Smith likes to heal and Belle needs healing. And I knew that Miley and me would be perfect. I just saw it, like as the ayahuasca was taking me, I start crawling on the floor, looking for her heat footprints because I felt like I could see them. So I'm crawling on the floor and I'm like, get me to Miley. I know she's here. And I'm screaming. And then I found her and I start I'm like tugging on her shins. I'm like, Miley. I'm like, don't you remember me from the battle of the kingdom? And it turned out it wasn't her. Miley, they said, left. She like left her shoes there and left. So I just grabbed some girl's slacks and was tugging on them. And she was dating some guy who plays for the LA Rams. And he kind of punched me in the side of my head. And he's lucky my brain didn't swell up. He's lucky I was like feeling no pain at that moment because I would have got up and done some damage. I was feeling no pain on the ayahuasca. It really, really got me seeing inside a Belle. When I was a little kid, moping around, just kind of doing this a little bit. I didn't have the confidence to tinkle-ink it like that. That came with age. And I realized that when I was a boy, I lost at Monopoly. And it made me so sad. I didn't know what to do. So there you go. There you have it. But the ayahuasca kind of opened me up. And so they kicked me out of the party. And the guy kicked me. And I could feel the squish in the back of my trousers. So I'm walking around and I'm on Sunset Boulevard. Sunset down in La La Land. I'm just kind of like, I'm yelling and screaming. I'm in the street in front of where the Tower Records used to be. I got my shirt open. I'm doing this. I got the bell in my hand because I'm feeling like King Doug, my name was in the past life, King Doug. And I would conquer lands and hang bells all over so people knew who was in charge. It's true, it was a memory buried deep down underneath all of the other, all of my other layers and all of my other dimensions. I was a dimensional traveler, and I knew that. So I walk into this I walk into this place on forget what it was called, but it's on Sunset. It's like a real famous like diner, and that's where I seen Margot Robbie. And she's in there with a couple of her GFs, girlfriend. So I walk over there and I'm feeling no pain. And I recognized her. And I go, yo, bae. And I just sit down right next to her. And when I sat down, the girl's like, what, something squished? Are your shoes wet? And I go, I was a king in a prior life. I say that to her. And I looked at Margot and she's like, kind of checking me out. Like, who is this guy? What's this guy about? And the communication between us was so nice. I could see in her mind, she was saying like, you look good with a goatee. You should have a goatee, Doug. I could sense it. She didn't say it, but her heart told me that. And that's why I got the goatee now. So I'm hoping that she likes it, like when I see her again. But I started telling her about my prior lives and how I was a fireman and how I was a king and how I was a karate master in all these prior lives. And I ordered myself like a BLT. I go, Mark, I know it's the first day, but you're going to have to pay for it. I lost my wallet. You know, and her friends started laughing. I was like, all right, these are like bells. These are like bells, you know. These are the type of gals I can sit down there and just shoot the sugar for a long period of time. And I told her that. I'm like, I just want to sit here, bae, and shoot the sugar with you. And they had to go to the bathroom or something. I don't know. I'm like, why you guys all going by yourselves, you know? And then I think something happened because I didn't see him anymore. But I didn't care. I was like, so I was 10 bells to the wind at that point. You know, I'm walking around, I'm eating fries off people's table, and I see Billy Murray. Billy Murray's done a lot of things. He did the golf film. I messed up. I was so high. I go, dude, I loved you in Dorf. I called it Dorf, even though it's Caddyshack, but I loved you in Dorf, Billy. And he goes, oh yeah. And I go, dude, Ricky Dreyfuss, did you really throw an ashtray at him in Who's Bob? I think I said Who's Bob. And he goes, man, get the fuck away. He says, use the F word. I'm like, that's nice language. I said, you're lucky I'm on Iowaska. I go, you're lucky that right now I'm like in another land fighting demons and dragons and whatnot. There's no need for that kind of talk. I said, but all kidding aside, was that ghost real at the end of Ghostbusters? I go, because it looked real. And when I was a child, it frightened me. I told him I was frightened as a boy. And I said, I was just over there with, I think I called her Margot Robbie. I was like a little tipsy. I go, Margot Robbie. And I go, we were just shooting a sugar. I don't know where she is. I'm looking for her. I reached out, I grabbed one of his fries, He's eating the one from Canada. The fries with the gravy, I dip it in. I go, I prefer regular fries. I says that to him, And he's sitting there with somebody else. I don't even know who it is. It was like some other actor. It looked like Jerry Hudson, the black guy from Ghostbusters. And I think it was him because I start going, do, but I start doing like that with the fries. Who are you going to call? And he looks up, he goes, Ghostbusters. He says it quiet, But then I wind up stumbling out of there. But I'm so happy that Margot Robbie told me that she likes a goatee because I'm really happy I did it. She was a sweet. How cute is she? Gosh, she's a cutie. Billy Murray, she should have been nicer because I start doing him. I do a good impression of him. I'm the gopher. I'm the gopher. I do it. It sounds a little bit like my friend Ed Mellencamp. Hey, gopher. He does like that. He says, little guy's got dry teeth. Poor guy. He suffers. So I go like that to him, I go, it's a gopher. I think I figured I'm the gopher. Like I didn't realize that wasn't the gopher's voice. But I said, I'm the gopher. Oh no, the gopher's coming after me. I said that to him, which I thought was pretty funny. I thought he would get a kick out of that, and Jerry Hudson would laugh about it. And I seen him in other movies, but I said to Jerry Hudson, I go, how come you're not more famous, man? I go, like, you really fell off after Ghostbusters. I thought you were good. And he goes, hey, talk to my agent, and then Billy goes, let him go. And I go, dude, you're talking to one of the best actors. I go, you were so good in Ghostbusters. I said that to him. I think you appreciated it too. And I asked him if Dan Aykroyd was around because I'm like, I would love to talk about Dr. Detroit. Because I go, that was the best movie he ever done. But all I could think of was getting out of there and shave. And I shaved immediately. I dry shaved. It hurt like a Dickens. Hurt like the Dickens when you dry shave. And then I came back in looking for Margot Robbie. But she wasn't there. But if you see her, tell her, Belle has done the deed. I shaved. I'm so happy I did that. But the Iowaska really opened me up a little bit. And it taught me about Belle. How when I was a kid, I wanted that bicycle. And I didn't get that bicycle, and all the other kids in Waterbury had a nice bicycle, but I didn't get one. And that's why it propelled me onto the path I'm on now, because I'm still trying to get that bicycle. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyway, I recommend Iowaska. Fly wild and stay gold. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell, Doug's bell, ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell, Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell,